Yo, what it do? Back with another video. This video right here is about sexual immorality. Ephesians 5:3 talks about there should not even be a hint of sexual immorality amongst you, not amongst God's people, not amongst his holy chosen people. And I just want to talk about the importance of making sure you don't defile your bodies, because the scriptures talk about all the time how your bodies are all supposed to be God's holy temple, right? It's supposed to be a temple for the Holy Spirit. And at the same time, even though the spiritual part is the most important part, but people neglect to tell you about the mental part of it, right? After being sexually immoral for so long, your mind will start to turn on you. Your mind will start to turn on you, man. And I'm talking about you're going to be in settings where you should be at your best behavior. You should be having your most purest thoughts, and them evil thoughts start to pop up. Them sexually immoral thoughts start to pop up, and you're going to weird yourself out, bro. You're going to start to see how far down in that pit you went, And I'm not even just talking about people who go out and just have sex, right? I'm talking about people who watch pornography, bro. I'm talking about people who constantly going to the clubs, looking at strippers, constantly going on Instagrams, I was about to say Instagrams, but constantly going on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, looking at all these different women. This lust of the eyes, bro. In your mind, it's like you telling your mind it's okay to sexualize everything you see. And you start to program your mind to do that. So now when you go out in public, just like you looking at TikTok videos or Instagram videos, just scrolling, looking at a bunch of half-naked women, your brain starts to scan for that everywhere you go. And it's like it's automatic. Now you starting to scan for any little sexual thing you can see, just to gawk at everywhere you go. You programming your mind to do that. And let's talk about the concept of gooning, right? People talk about gooning, and I don't want to say I was a gooner, bro, because I'm not going to say I was a gooner, because I did used to watch pornography, right? I do not watch pornography now. And I had to do a lot of praying and talking to God about pornography. And it was points in time that I let it go, but then months pass, I end up watching it again. And bro, pornography and masturbation, it's a terrible sexually immoral combination, man, that is going to destroy your brain. It's going to destroy your soul. I'm talking about you will get so bad to the point every time you can't even like look at a woman and try to even create a friendship with her, because everything is just so sexualized. Like I got so bad to the point, well, I ain't gonna say I got bad, because like I say, I never really watched it just all the time like that, Only when it got real bad, when I got real horny or something like that, I would, go to relieve myself. But it's like, that's kind of understandable. But you got people out here that literally every single day going into pornography, going into Instagram, going into TikTok, going into women they see out in everyday life. Bro, you are sexually immoral, and there ain't nothing God can do for you in heaven to get you into heaven with all that in your heart. He can't do nothing to get you into heaven. Jesus, he can forgive you, but you have seared your mind and seared your conscience so much to the point your own mind and your own conscience is going to betray you. You can't even trust yourself. We living in times of modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. Like, you remember the story about the angels coming to the man's house, and almost like the whole town of people came there and like, who are those men that you let inside your house? We need to know those men. You need to bring them out. We want to have sex with them. Like, straight up, they just look, this finna go down. We having that. And that is like some straight up prison, type stuff that y'all know the horror stories that you hear from prison, right? These guys going to prison, getting R-worded, and getting turned out, brutally beaten and turned out. That is sickening, bro, that these people was not even in no type of prison like that. It's a whole city that is so sexually immoral that they will rape men in broad daylight, bro. I feel like nowadays it's like that, but in a digital type of way. Nowadays we so comfortable with gooning and comfortable with sexualizing ourselves and everybody else to the point that we will go out in real life and expose our nasty, sexually immoral thoughts on everybody else. It don't matter who it is. And it's so bad that now even the kids is sexually immoral. Even the kids is watching all types of porn. Even the kids is having more sex than grown men out here, bro. The kids. The kids are having, matter of fact, there are more young boys having sex with grown men, grown single men, than grown single men are having sex with grown single women. Look at these stories of all these teachers going out here having sex with these young boys. Look at these, and don't even, and because people talk about, right, my mind is just all over the place, but I just got off work, but people talk about how nowadays the teachers are going crazy, right? They having sex with the young boys. It ain't just the males having sex with the girls, it's the women too. It been like that. It been like that. Ever since I was in school, it been like that. I know people that had sex with teachers, so nowadays it's just worse. It's worse today because more information is getting out there. These young boys got phones. They taking videos, man. I just seen a news clip of this woman got caught having sex with a student. She was a teacher. He was recording her while he was doing it. Sent the sex tape to all his friends. The friends started to blackmail the teacher for sex. Saying if you don't give us what you gave him, we're going to show this to everybody. And the woman was married, man. So it's like, and she was a pretty woman. That was really shocked me. She was a pretty woman. I ain't even going to say it shocked me because like I said, in real life, I seen it happen. This is the type of sexual immorality that is running rampant today. It's rampant. Everybody is freaked out. From old to the young, everybody is overly freaked out. Sex is on everybody's mind. And a lot of women like to play it off like they trying to, like the men are the only ones that's it's over sexual. They play it off like the men are the creeps. A lot of times these men can't even get sex. That's the worst part. They can't even get sex. That's why they lean so heavily on the porn. The women, they don't have to lean heavily on the porn like that. Even though it is women that watch a lot of porn, they actually having sex in real life. They actually out here making porn. They ain't gotta go out here and watch porn. They making it. So I don't get why women judge men so harshly about watching porn when y'all are actually doing it in real life. It's crazy, man. But the sexual immorality is at an all-time high. And it is so important that you protect your mind, you protect your conscience, because once you sear that, you only get one body and one mind, right? In one life in this realm. Once you sear your mind and your conscience, you can't come back from that. All that porn you done watched throughout the years is going to be playing in your mind all your life. All your life, bro. Even when you try to become a more pure person, it'll be so hard to do because you got all this in your mind. And like it say in the Bible, even when you look upon a woman with lust, it's like you already fornicated with her in your mind. So a lot of y'all have watched like thousands of pornography videos. So you've already committed fornication with thousands of women in your mind, bro. Just in your mind. And that's crazy. And like I say, it's a slippery slope. It's about time a lot of y'all men, especially, to clean your minds. Clean your minds, man, because if you want to have any hope of finding a good woman, settling down, you're going to have to wipe your slate clean. You're going to have to go to God. You're going to have to go to Jesus for him to wipe your slate clean. because, like I say, it's bad out here. If you want a real God-fearing woman, she is going to sense that you overly freaked out. I promise you that. She going to sense that off the bat. She going to sense that off the rip. She going to be able to smell it on you. She going to be able to tell in the way you talk to her. Like, I feel like I messed up. I feel like I messed up myself the same way. Like, it's been times I tried to talk to women that I really, really liked, right? And I would try to compliment them, right? And I don't know how to just straight up go out and tell a woman, you're beautiful, because I feel like that's corny as hell. I feel like that's lame. I don't want to be looked at as lame, so I would try to compliment their body or something they're wearing. And they automatically like, oh, nah. Your mind is already on sex. Your mind is already on looking at me a certain type of way. And it throws everything off, especially when you're looking for a good woman. That type of stuff, it only works with like low-hanging fruit type of women. And if you're looking forward to having a good life with a good God-fearing wife, bro, that ain't the way to go. You'll just be wasting your time. You won't be creating a family unit out here, especially a God-fearing family unit. You'll just be creating a baby mama, because if she accept that type of behavior, she ain't no good. You know, that's why I appreciate the type of good God-fearing women that I did try to approach, and I did try to make it sexual a little bit, and they shut it down, stop talking to me. You know what? I respect that. And it make me level up my game, right? It make me want to become more respectful as a man and like change what I'm used to. I'm used to being able to talk to a woman a certain type of way just to kind of like break the ice. But nah, you gotta stay respectful, bro. You gotta keep it. You gotta act like you talking to a Proverbs 31, right? You know, you gotta be a Proverbs 31 equivalent. You gotta be the male equivalent. And so porn is not the way to go. Sexual immorality is not the way to go, because you programming your mind to stay on looks. You programming your mind to stay on sexual things, and you cannot really make a real connection. You will never be able to make a real connection, man. Every time you talk to a woman, you're going to start moving way too fast to try to get what you want. And you will be doing it subconsciously. You won't even be knowing that you're doing it. And living like that, you're going to blow any chance with any good woman that you run across. But like I say, my best advice for y'all, put the porn down. The porn is destroying your soul. The porn is destroying your mind, and you won't realize it until it's too late. Ask for forgiveness, man. Ask for forgiveness from God. Ask Jesus to show you ways you can have a better relationship with women in your mind and in real life. Change the way you see them. Even if they are out here just going, you know. Like I say, a woman will judge you for watching porn or coming at her in a kind of a sexual way, even though you're not even talking to no women, and she talking to a whole bunch of men. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. It's just the way it is, man. Once they see that, especially you don't have anybody, but you really want somebody, and you being like, you got your mind geared towards sex, like you kind of sex craved. Once they see that, all bets is off. I promise you. All bets is off, man. They want a winner. Women want a winner. No matter you talking to a worldly woman or a Christian woman, they want a man that women kind of come easy to. You know, they want a man that they can brag about being with. You know, and no woman can brag about being with some sex crave single man that can't pull a bunch of women in real life. No woman can brag about being with a sex crave man that watches a lot of pornography. That's just, it's the ugly truth, man. You know, and it should be like that. Like I say, you should use that to up your game and become a better man. Stop focusing on sex and focus on your drive to go out here and be the strongest version of yourself. I promise you, your life will get a whole lot better. That's what I'm focusing on right now. As a 30-year-old man that ain't never been in a relationship, never had sex, Stop giving it so much power, man. It's so much more than life than that. I promise you. And once you treat it like that, once you treat it like it's so much more than life than sex and just talking to a bunch of women, it'll start to come easy to you. So, and that shouldn't even be the goal, to tell you the truth. The goal shouldn't be for sex and women to come easy to you, but for that right one. For that woman that'll be on your level. Once you put yourself on a certain level and you done became pure, go out there and look for a woman that has become equally yoked to you. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope this video touched somebody, man. Y'all go out there and put the phones down. Stop doom scrolling. Stop falling for the thirst traps and stay pure. Peace.